A 44-year-old man who had his penis ripped off during a childhood accident has had sex for the first time. Mohammad Abad, who had a bionic penis fitted in 2012, has lost his virginity to Charlotte Rose. She is a sex worker who specializes in the disabled, and it's been a very public courtship that they've had. She waved her phoenix. This is how dedicated she was to science. And I'm making a slightly wry intonation in my voice, but this is something that's very, very serious. It was very public at the time that he had this, that Mohammed had this bionic penis fitted, and he's actually 3 or 4 years on, he was given the green light by doctors that he could actually go ahead and have sex. And this is the first time he's ever had sex. He is a divorcee. He was involved, or he had an arranged marriage, and he kept secret the fact that he didn't have a penis, that he'd lost it in a childhood accident from his wife. And it was only on their wedding night that he came clean and told her. And she then made moves to divorce him on the grounds that he couldn't consummate the relationship. So he is a divorcee, but he's never had sex. And it's the first time, and Charlotte Rose was the person with whom he had sex. And this is what he said about the encounter. Well, she had plenty to say about it. Very complimentary she was about the encounter. He said this. He said, when Charlotte saw it, meaning his prosthesis, saw it, his bionic penis, saw it for the first time, she was silent, and I was a bit worried. But then she said, it's incredible. That's a nice story, isn't it?
Right, so he just like pumps it up, right? He has an external pump, and you squeeze it, and it pumps. It's a bionic penis.
Yeah, well, there you go. So let's get into a little bit of the science of it. It is pretty phenomenal. Well, it is not pretty phenomenal. It is extraordinary, and doctors say that he will be able to have children. And this is how intricate and how clever this thing is. This is what the consultant has said about it and the mechanics of it. He said the penis itself was actually made from the skin and fat from the forearm, rolled up into a roll with a tube in the middle like a sausage roll. It will stay up as long as he wants, and then when he's had enough, he switches the off button.
What's a sausage roll?
Well, that's a great question. Sausage roll is a very English thing. Sausage roll, it's a
pig in a blanket?
No, it's not quite a pig in a blanket. It's a puff pastry that surrounds a piece of sausage meat. There you go. It's a nice graphic image for you. And it's a very English thing. It's kind of like cardiac arrest wrapped up in a little savory snack form.
Good thing it's not pig in a blanket, because those are usually like
those are small. Those are mini cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
So this is the full-blown cardiac arrest. So anyway, that's what it is. There's an image. We pulled an image.
Of the
just to show, of the actual thing. Come on, guys, don't go for cheap jokes. I'm trying to keep this medical.
Okay.
So he's had this thing inserted. That's where the pump device is, and so he had the skin removed from his forearm, attached to a tube went into his urethra, and surrounding the fat and tissue. The fat and tissue surrounds that tube, and then he has this pump device. I don't quite know where he's getting the air or the material from to replenish that said pumping device. There's a reservoir up there. I don't know if that reservoir has to be replenished on occasions, but certainly for the moment, on the first encounter with Charlotte, she did reveal that it didn't quite work the first time around. He got a little bit nervous, as you'd expect. Yeah. But the second time around, it was a winner, and everybody was happy.
You know what? Give this guy a break. Of course he's going to be nervous.
Yeah.
First off, it's his first time. Okay, like you're going to be nervous regardless. But then this was already public. Everybody had already been talking about this. I mean, I reported on this guy a while back when he first came out and had this surgery successfully. And then all of a sudden the whole world's watching, right? And you gotta bang this lady with your fake bionic penis. Of course you're going to be a little nervous, but apparently he got it done, right? Did she give any intimate details? Not that I want to know.
Wow, she gave him the thumbs up. She said he was an hour and 3/4. If length's anything to go by, length of time to go by, overrated.
I'm sure she did give him a thumbs up.
She gave him a big thumbs up, and good luck to him. Unbelievably traumatic. This event happened to him when he was a kid in 1978, and he has been obviously. Can you imagine as a child growing up the trauma, both psychological and physical, that he's had to go through, and it seems as though he's on the mend towards that. And then he had this broken relationship, divorce relationship via an arranged marriage. Now it seems as though he's getting his confidence back. Charlotte's been instrumental in giving him a little bit of sexual confidence back. He's walking with a bit more of a swagger.
He's
there you go. He's pumped. He's ready to have a family. He's medically able to have a family. He can have, it attaches into the testes, and he can actually, he can have a family, which is phenomenal. So anyway, he's broken the duck. This is Mohammad Abad. He's been able to have sex for the first time, the first ever bionic penis intercourse.